I'm Eric Hayden.
I'm Nick Mason.
And this is Neon Static. All right, we are live from Midgard Hobbies and Games. It is Sunday, June 25th, and it is Netrunner Startup Tournament number 2.
Booyah.
Booyah. It's just me and Nick today. It's going to be a little bit more of a chill situation than last time.
Yes.
Do we know how many people are playing so far?
Right now we have 5 registered, which should be 6 because you haven't registered
I haven't
yet.
registered yet, so we have at least 6. We might see 7 or 8. I don't know. We've had some last-minute cancellations.
Yeah.
So, summertime, people aren't around. Oh, well. But we're still going to have a good time. We're going to chat with anybody today who wants to talk with us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to, real quick, whisper into the mic what you're playing?
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm playing the same Asa deck I played last time, minus 1 Hush plus 1 Botulus.
You took a Hush.
I've still got 1.
Okay.
I just went down from 2.
Okay.
2 felt like overkill.
And the general idea is go fast and be crazy?
Yeah. Bonhar.
I
don't care about your ice. I go straight through it. I play 3 finalities.
Okay. Remember Snare.
Yes.
Remember Snare.
Yeah, don't die on the first turn. It was an Urtica Cipher.
Oh, no, I know, but just also Snare.
And then Corp side, I'm playing Precision Design, Fast Advance, Seamless Launch over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Nova.
What's the influence on?
I think it's 15.
Yeah, but what are you spending it on?
Anoetic Void.
Yeah.
Toll Booth.
Yes.
Just things to make the opponent's life difficult.
Toll Booth is a jerk.
Yeah.
It's a big old circly jerk.
That's it. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. No editing.
Unintentional. Oh. Sorry. Okay. For my part, I'm on... What am I on? I'm on Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Boat. Mm-hmm. The place where the boat is allowed in startup. So Boat Lou, and...
Yeah, what are you playing on Corp? Oh,
it's a card-for-card rip of Andre's Startup Modernism deck.
Gotcha.
I was playing that with Snares for a while, but I decided to try this flavor.
Trust the experts?
Yes. Yeah, well, I wanted to change a pace. I've had many Snares not fire because I'm bad at having 4 credits. And
It's funny. The deck that I'm playing, the Precision Design deck, I copied from someone who said the name of their deck is "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." So then I promptly tweaked like 9 cards out of it. Yeah. So let's hope I didn't break it, but
cool.
We'll see.
Okay, well, we'll check back in throughout the day. We're going to get the rest of registration set up and make sure that things go off hitchless. And check back in soon. Okay, we're back.
Yes.
2 rounds have elapsed since last we spoke.
2 rounds
Fake.
plus lunch.
Yeah. Quick lunch. How's it going for you, Nick?
I am 2-0, which is abnormal to me.
Yeah. Also me.
Yeah.
2-0 as well.
I know. It's weird.
It is weird.
I don't know what's going on.
So we ended up having 8, by the way. So we're an 8-person tournament, which is nice. We're doing 6 rounds of Swiss.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 2 rounds in. And
4 rounds left.
4 rounds left. We're not doing a top cut unless we really feel like it, or if single-sided, if the strength of schedule is extremely close, I guess. But notable moments.
Finality into 4 points was pretty good, but it's just kind of finality doing finality things.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if I had anything else that was really notable. My first game, I think I lucked out pretty big because I was playing against a person who had 9 ways to find they had 6 Matryoshka and 3 mutual favors and 2 boats. And did not see more than 2 of the Matryoshkas until like the last turn.
3. You killed 1.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I hit 1 with net damage, but still, it was
that's a lot.
Extremely lucky of me to dodge all of the breakers that would have easily broken my weak ice and stopped me from doing the fast advance thing.
Sometimes going fast pays off.
It's true.
Sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. I had an interesting tense game my last round against Sophie.
Yeah.
And the play was. Oh right, so I started off. Sophie stole 6 points, like two back to backs off of R&D, and then a third I forget from where, and I had nothing scored, and then I scored and above the law, trashing a stone ship. Hoping my deck might be able to
trashing
do
a
some
stone ship. Oh,
murder.
yeah, I guess
it was the only resource on the board.
Yeah. Yep.
And then managed to turtle up enough to keep all boat counters from recharging. The only other breaker that I ever saw in that game come at me was a botulist, and that was on HQ, and I was able to keep the agendas out of HQ. Got a 4 ice deep remote, put an oak down, advanced it once, and said, "Can you get this?"
And he couldn't.
And that was it. Yeah. So that was fun. But it was very tense because I was worried. I was, you steal a hostile takeover and I'm done here. So
I thought you were worrying a bit too much, but I thought that last turn was pretty straightforward. I could see being worried, but like I don't know. You had like 3 unresed ice and all the money in the world.
Right. I didn't think that there was any chance of the remote having the agenda stolen, but I was worried that maybe there was a way into R&D and then another finality, and that would, anything, any hit. So,
yeah, the finality, would have been scary.
So that's good. We'll chat back with other players after we finish this next round, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I think we're paired off next. Can you hit the button and see if we're paired?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. Pause. Nick is clicking the button. We are playing. Yes. And I am corping.
Ooh, I get to Asa.
Okay.
Into Wayland. That seems bad for me.
This is going to be great.
That seems very bad for me.
All right. We'll check back in.
Let's repair. No.
After this round. Okay. All right. I'm back. This is actually after round 6. We kind of took some time off from playing. I'm here with Weasel. Hey, Weasel.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Hey, it's just after round 6, so we took some time off from between rounds because we got pretty busy, but I'm here with Weasel, who I just played against. Hey, Weasel.
Hiya.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
So we had quite the game there.
We did.
I had the most, not quite tilting experience, but like the most panicked experience that I had all day, and I was corping. So why don't you talk a little bit about your runner deck and then how that went?
I was running Quetzal, and since it's startup, I decided to abuse Quetzal with boat. Which is just a disgusting combo, and I managed to get I managed to get endurance down on, what was it, like turn 2, 3?
It was pretty early,
and then that just allowed me to just hammer your R&D and manage to top deck. I think 5 points within 3 turns or something like that.
5 points off R&D in the first 2 or 3 turns. Yeah.
It was pretty. It was just
pretty back-footed start for me for sure.
Yeah,
and I kept drawing barriers. I kept drawing like ice walls and.
Mesnichevso.
Mesnichevso, is that it? Yeah.
That's the
barrier.
No. Yeah, that's the barrier.
Right. So I had like 5 of those on the board between ice and Mesnichevso, and I was like, well, okay, just gotta find some more ice. And anyway, so it was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
We got down to, I think you won on 5 when I had 4 or something. I was trying to score out my 6th point. Yep. And at that point, if I could survive 1 turn, hostile takeover gets me the win. Hopefully, although I think at that point, my HQ is actually pretty porous. So anyway, it was like a scramble on my part. But how did the rest of the day go for you?
Sorry,
how did the rest of the day go for you?
The day was actually really great. My first startup tournament, my first tournament ever.
You played last time with us.
I played last time, and I went 0-9.
Right. And you got that sick Hakarl mat, yeah.
And I got the Hakarl mat, which I was using today.
And listeners might remember we talked on the podcast last time. So
yep. This time I got to go 4-2.
Yeah, much better record.
Huge turnaround. I've definitely learned a lot about how to go for proper deck building and playing.
How much have you played since then, like online or in person?
I've played online since. Not that much, honestly.
Yeah.
But the thing that really did it for me was I don't remember his name, but he's got a smoke deck that's really good and current for standard. and I decided
Somebody
to play
in our Discord, or somebody in,
no,
in,
not in our Discord.
Okay.
I think he's like the top smoke player in the world.
Okay.
I think, and he has his deck up on Netrunner DB, and I decided to play that for a couple of games with some Dave actually.
Yep.
And playing his deck allowed me to sit there and be like, oh, this is what a runner deck
This
is
is how it
supposed
feels.
to look like.
Right. Yeah.
So that helped me build not only just build decks from there, but also gave me a really good insight into this is how you runner. And when I'm running, I can see that, okay, that's how Corp is supposed to work. Mm-hmm. And it really helped me step up.
Yeah, if you're coming at it blank, you wanted to do some deck building. You didn't want to just net deck, right? You seem to enjoy the process a lot of deck building.
Yeah, theory crafting is great.
Right. So coming in and doing that blind without like a reference is really hard, I think.
Yeah.
It's cool because it lets you be more creative and you're not kind of shackled by like, oh, I know I'm supposed to have this many ice or whatever, or this many breakers. But yeah, it's nice to have some kind of a reference point. And I was saying to Nick recently on one of our last episodes that I recently played a Hoshiko for the first time, like a net decked Hoshiko deck, and played it and went, oh my God. And it was sort of like an extra tier up. It was like, this is what it feels like to have a runner that's just all gas all the time, and it feels great. So yeah, I've experienced that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think our match I was actually able to just keep the pedal down way more than I have all day.
Yeah. It was relentless.
Yeah. I think I played Quetzal like 3 games. I won all 3 of my Quetzal matches.
Yeah, you 3-0 with Quetzal. So we're looking at the round marker here. So you went 1 and 2 with your Corp.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and this
I might not have done that great with my Corp deck, but I really like how it felt while I played it. It was Reality Plus.
Yep.
And
Drago Reality Plus.
The whole deck though was based on me wanting to get Backroom Machinations and Archer out.
Right. Did you have any tag punishment that was killed?
Oh yeah. I had one end of the line in there, which I think I only played once today, which was to get my I killed Dave with it, which was the only.
Oh. You got a flatline. That's good.
Yeah, I got a flatline.
My deck is supposed to kill people in it. I literally never played any of the public trails or end of the lines.
Yep.
All day, and I went 2-1 with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I like Funhouse, because like you can't escape Funhouse.
You can't. But I feel like most people, if they're worried about dying, are probably not going to run last click the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Unless they're running last click.
Yeah.
Will get you into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty good. It was, like we said earlier on the recording, there were 8 of us. We had 6 rounds. It went pretty quickly. We started at 11:30, and it is 4:24 now, and I think everybody's done. So, yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you very much.
And we'll check in with hopefully some more people.
Yeah.
If they want to stick around and talk for a little bit. But yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. I'm back again, still after the event, but we're just chatting with people who played. So I'm here with Jairus.
Yeah, that's it.
And do you have a username you want to share?
Yeah, Revengeanceful. Anywhere online you see that name, that's me. Jairus is my real name, but either one works for me.
Is your icon, your like art on Discord something that
Oh, yeah, I think it's the Linkin Park logo.
The Linkin Park logo.
Yeah,
and I at some point I asked about it, and I was like, what is that cool thing? And you're like, it's Linkin Park logo.
Yeah, it's too funny. Like, my 3.5-year-old son is, like, super into them now, too, so it's really funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Every time we get in the car, he asks, can we listen to Linkin Park? It's super funny.
Nice. I haven't heard Linkin Park in years. How was your time today?
This was my first Netrunner tournament ever, and it was a blast. Didn't do so well on the Corp side. Lost all 3 of my games, but it was...
So you were on Prov?
I was on Prov, yeah.
And what was the Prov deck doing?
It was mostly just trying to advance stuff as quickly as possible out, kind of rushing things onto the board and then scoring them as quickly as possible. No, like, tricky traps or anything like that.
Using...
seamless launches and
Vladdy, yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Vladibirsk, or Vladisibirsk?
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Let's go with that. Okay, so that didn't really work as you wanted it to, or at least not today. 3 games each, right, for us. It's not a huge sample size.
But it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what were
did
you
a little
running?
better on the runner side. Was playing ESSA. Got a couple wins there, so that was fun. But yeah, every game was fun. People were awesome. Great venue too. So couldn't have been happier with my first experience.
We're here. I think I said at the top of the episode, but here at Midgard, which is kind of our home base, and they're very good to us. They actually gave us some gift cards to give out for top tables or top places, which was kind of fun. And do you have any memorable moments, like plays from the day, or like stressful games or anything like that?
I mean, last game was pretty stressful. I just got agenda flooded and couldn't find a way to keep Sable from deep diving and just running centrals as much as they wanted.
Now, that was you and Derek, and I heard Derek say that you drew, 9 cards or something? And
yeah, drew like 13 cards, and like half of them were agendas or something like that. So
yeah, that'll happen.
Could have gone better.
That's always a bummer. I was just finished talking about this, that I got a little flooded last game at the start of the round, and you're like, okay, starting on the back foot. Here we go.
Yeah.
Did you mulligan into any of those?
Yeah. So
See, mulliganing is the thing that nobody really... I don't think about it so much as, like, it's dangerous, like, it's a double-sided sword.
Yeah, it's risky. So didn't work out for me this time.
Cool.
Well, played a really nice game against, I think it was David.
Yep, Dave.
Yeah, and he was also on Prov, and I was, again, playing ESSA, and came down to, like, final turn. I think he had the agenda to score, but finality pulled it out for me.
Nice, yes. That is the perfect time to play that card. It's right before the end. Yeah, I like those big moments, and finality produces that one pretty consistently. It's like, okay, Hail Mary, here it goes, I got to do this. And,
it's always exciting.
And then, getting through that just that one more time can do it.
And it was really cool to see what other people were playing, too. Nick was playing also ESSA, but with a few different changes with Mayflies and such, which was really cool.
Bonhar, Mayfly. Yeah, what was your ESSA doing?
It was the Matryoshka build, the one that's been popping up online.
Okay, yeah.
Tested out squeezing a hush into it, but I couldn't find the space. So
I'm sorry, we actually got interrupted earlier. You said you've been playing Netrunner for about 6 months now?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and how did you get into the game?
So I learned about it back in college, like 15 years ago, but like didn't really play at the time. Picked up the core set from FFG when they first released it, and played it like once or twice and then put it away forever. And then learned about it again a couple of years ago at PAX, and have been kind of diving in ever since. So I've been playing more consistently over the last 6 months or so.
Cool. And did you you caught wind of us from the New England server?
Yeah,
the New England
I think
Discord
so.
server? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's hard to keep track of a lot. There's a lot of people around here, actually. The scene is surprisingly big. It's pretty cool.
It really is.
And
yeah.
have you played, like you said, this was your first standard startup tournament. Mm-hmm. Have you played any standard yet, or are you interested in exploring that at all?
I haven't played any standard at all. I'm preparing myself for rotation, so
Yep.
looking forward to diving into standard in the next couple months.
I think it's going to be a great time to get into it because there's a bunch of cards you don't need anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And, the new NSG stuff is going to... Well, it's a great time to get into the format, I think.
For sure.
And I will say it is very rewarding. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've been learning, like reading a lot about it, but I haven't actually played any games of it yet.
Well, if you're ever interested, we could do a few online whenever you feel like it. So
Awesome.
Well, thanks for chatting with me.
Yeah, thank you
and
for
coming to the tournament.
Yeah, appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
All right, thanks. All right, I'm back with Trillian.
Hey.
How you going? How are you going?
I'm doing all right. I was going to come in swinging with, I'm on a losing streak. My ego is devastated. But I won 2 out of the 6 games.
Yeah.
Which is and I came really close for my last one. I think I'm just getting super in my head recently, honestly.
Yeah, it's so easy to do that, especially if you have an early loss. Did you have a game 1 loss?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was sitting next to you. I've been there so many times with card game tournaments where you just you start to lose and you go, well, now it should be easier, right? And the next player's not that bad because they're, one round
I also
in.
just lost 1 game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can just get in that headspace and then you get tilted. So I'm sorry if you had that experience today.
No, I'm not even tilting or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I think I'm getting too down on myself.
Yeah.
It was. I'm pretty chill about losing. Like, I think I've had most of... how am I going to phrase this? I think that I can have just as much fun losing Netrunner as winning.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know.
There's something about a tournament where you're like, I want to do good.
Yeah.
I prepared, you know.
Well, I want to be getting better.
Yeah.
But this is bad for a podcast, but have you seen or heard of that thing that artists talk about where your skill level and your ability to analyze your art actually grows at different rates? So at the beginning, you're a shitty artist, and do you swear on your podcast?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, you're a shitty artist and you can't analyze art. And then you get better at art. You're like, whoa, I'm amazing. But then you get better at analyzing and you're like, oh, my
No, I'm
art's
not
shit.
good. Yeah.
And it's not that your art has changed, it's just that you understand it better.
Right.
So I think it's becoming more that, like, I'm seeing the mistakes I'm making.
Yeah.
And I think that might be why I'm ending up in this place of frustration, because I'm understanding what's going on more.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And that makes a lot of sense. And the artist thing, I haven't heard specifically about artists, but for some reason, oh God, it's like podcast stuff. This American Life guy, what's his name? Ira Glass. Thank you, Nick. He talked about like how he made a lot of podcasts or radio work and then heard it and was like, oh, this is terrible. But if he hadn't gone through that part of his career and journey, then exactly what we were just talking about, that you don't start, it's just not going to get better, right? So same idea.
Yeah, I first heard about it from like a creative writing perspective, and I think it's like, especially with creative things that are so personal, and I guess you could argue Netrunner as a creative outlet.
It
like
totally
it's highly
is.
technical, but also very expressive. That you end up with like, I don't know, like it's hard to do something creative publicly and then do a bad job.
Tell me about it. Yeah. So you're talking about the ability to play and the ability to analyze your playing, but there's also the ability of deck building in there as well, and like your confidence in that, and second guessing the night before a tournament.
Oh, not that you caught me last night online building my decks, which has nothing to do with my tournament performance today, I'm sure.
The only game of startup on JNet at like midnight last night, I'm like, oh look, it's Trillion.
Don't worry about it.
I bet you this is deck testing at the last minute. So Asa with the boat.
Yep. I did not win a game, which is fine because I built it last night. That's on me.
I feel like you, when we played, you were running, and we had kind of a tense game. It wasn't like foregone.
Yeah. So not playing.
Marrow.
Yeah, not playing Marrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for understanding me gesturing at my spine. Not playing Marrow isn't as much as a problem as you think it is. I play hippocamptic mechanocytes.
Right.
And I'm loving that in ESSA. I've been playing hippocamptic in ESSA for a little while now.
That's a cool... because I saw last night, you got a little scouting info last night, and I saw the boat, and I was like, boat in ESSA?
The boat's fresh.
But what about Marrow?
Yeah. The issue is not that I am accruing too much core damage. I just have been getting myself locked out and haven't been able to like get back in to charge the boat. And I have a few stone ships, but I'd rather use that on hippocampic or to draw a card, or like putting one counter on boat isn't a lot of value. I mean, like it can get you there. If you need it, you need it. And it's come in clutch a couple of times, but it's not like what I want to be using stone ship for.
Did you feel that the runner side, you struggled more with your runner today? I'm thinking about it mostly about boat, right? That it's, I think, was everybody on it? No, Sable wasn't on it, I don't think. No, I don't know. I'll have to ask Derek. But
I was partying at the low tables, and I didn't see any boat, which was kind of surprising.
We had 3 ESSA.
We've got two Anarchs today, folks. Have you told them?
3 ESSA, 2 Lou, 1 Quetzal, and then a Steve and a Sable. So no Shaper.
It's hard out there for Shaper.
Which is interesting because you would expect Captain Padma to be represented to some degree. But
yeah, I was considering like, am I getting enough value out of ESSA
right,
not playing Marrow?
Durability, sorry.
Yeah. but I think I did the math, and it's actually pretty close. But I did consider doing it in Padma, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't have that, like, Shaper's very methodical and thinky, and, like, you get all of your installs.
Padma's very slow to set. Like, so slow to set up, too.
And I just need to hit things with my face or I lose my mind. Like, if I'm playing a deck that's really slow, I get too impulsive. I'm like, I'm going to run it. They're like, you can't do that. You're a Shaper.
Can I pressure you a little bit and mention that you've been talking about starting a podcast?
Yes, some public shaming.
It's not shaming.
Before you started your podcast, I was thinking about starting a podcast. And I've been sitting on my laurels watching you guys absolutely take off. I mean, you've done a lot of great work.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
both
that.
here, like building a community, and online, which is really like what I'm aspiring to do. But God, the cold Vermont winter got me.
Yeah.
But it's summer, and that excuses run out.
The key to it, as far as I'm concerned, is to be unreasonably enthusiastic and like piss your friends off by saying like, we have to play Netrunner more, and then them kind of eventually going okay, and then liking it.
I've taught a lot of my college friends how to play Netrunner, but no one really got bit by the bug.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Is there a hypothetical name that people should watch out for?
The Catalyst.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. The Catalyst, and
Because I'm a chemist. So.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. You were just talking about how you might talk a little bit about the mini factions on your first episode.
Yeah, originally I was thinking about so my sort of premise is that I feel like there are a lot of podcasts that have good perspective from like older players and more experienced players. But I don't know a lot of people there are a lot of people, but I haven't heard from a lot of people who started playing with the
NSG?
with the System Gateway set.
Oh, yeah.
And I started playing summer of 2021, so right after it came out. And I was originally thinking of approaching it from that angle, so I actually recorded a podcast talking through all those cards, and then I was wondering if I'd be able to get the old heads to listen to it, since it's such, like...
This was a while ago? Or
like
recent?
a month, maybe.
Oh, publish it.
No.
Publish it. And then record another one and never look back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there is a huge audience for it. They're much less vocal than the people who are like in it, and this is their main thing. But a lot of people who are curious about it, there's definitely an audience. Nick, did you win?
Wow, look who got the mat.
We had an exact... So I actually ended up winning this tournament, which was a first for me. I've never done this well. I went 5-1.
You crushed it.
Thank you. But second place and third place was Nick and Weasel, and they were tied exactly on extended strength of schedule 1.611. Oh, and there were two other exact ties in
Yeah, I
in the
don't really
process.
understand what happened with me and Ben, but I also don't understand... I mean, I understand what strength of schedule and extended strength of schedule is. I don't know what math is happening.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to... Maybe we could talk... Maybe... I would love to know more about like how people look at the tournament board and be like, oh, well... we can do the intentional, like
Cut math is such an
cut
art.
math is so weird, and I don't get how people do it. So I'd like to talk with like Jeff or somebody like who can fill us in on that. But anyway, Nick and Weasel played off for the second mat, and it turns out Nick took it. So congrats, Nick.
Yeah, Jeff was saying that I think the actual like numerical values for strength of schedule is different on Aesop's than it is on Cobra.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But I don't know how he's calculating
Yeah.
it.
I think he's very open about it. We can go
I'm
and
sure
spec the code.
I'm sure he'd love to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Jeff's very cool. Nice
Well,
guy.
Thank you so much for making the long drive out here again.
Yeah.
I really do hope that you publish that episode. It's there. Do it. If you have any
Something's
questions,
there. I don't know if...
hey, more voices. I want that. I want more. I'm a podcast junkie, and come on, other podcast
I know.
producers for Netrunner.
Part of the motivation for this is I need 24-hour Netrunner content,
Yeah.
and there's not enough out there.
Right. Andre, if you could start a podcast, that would be nice. Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to pay for YouTube Premium, but catch me killing my phone battery every day, just like playing on my phone in the background.
What's the deal with the Netrunner, or sorry, the YouTube Premium that you're talking about?
Oh gosh. The thing I was mentioning.
I should know
is
about
just,
this.
If you have YouTube Premium, you can play a YouTube video while your screen is off.
Oh yes, just to hear.
And if you don't, you have to leave your screen on.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah, it's annoying, but not annoying enough for me to pay for it.
Oh, other YouTube self plug here very briefly. We recently put all of the episodes of our podcast on our YouTube channel because YouTube now has a podcast section. So those are automatically getting posted to there. So if you haven't listened to this somehow, not somehow, and of course, like people don't listen to this, but like if you
if
for some reason
you're a loser who doesn't listen to every bit of Neon Static's content as soon as it drops, like
what I meant was if you haven't listened to this because it's on a podcast platform and you wanted it to be on YouTube instead, now you can do that.
It's there, along with your game reviews, which you do with Jeff.
Yes, Jeff will join occasionally. We're working through the standard CO still.
I think there's a game that I was recorded playing for that coming up. So we'll see.
I think it's
I know how
one.
it went.
And no one else. It'll be very exciting.
Well, you can look it up on Cobra if you really need to know how it went.
Don't do that. Okay, well.
No spoilers.
Thanks for joining me. And
thanks so much for hosting again.
And coming down for the store. So
yeah, it's been great. All right. See ya.
See ya.
So we are back once again.
We're back.
Now the entire tournament is over, including the extra special bonus round that I played because the strength of schedule was exactly tied to 3 decimal places.
So you came in second?
Yes, I did.
So we took first and second.
It's true.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's because everyone didn't come. No. It's because it's an 8-person tournament. No. I don't know. It went well today.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so.
3 and 2? 4 and 2.
4 and 2.
That's great.
Yeah,
6
and
rounds.
my only losses
were against me?
I think so, right? We played twice, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we played both sides.
And I only
lost
lost
both
to
of
Weasel,
them.
so yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
pretty good.
That was pretty good. I had a good time.
I did too. This was nice. It didn't take super long. You know, I don't know where the threshold is. I would have to look it up for when you start playing another pair of rounds or you have the cuts. I forget.
Right.
I think it's either 12 or 16 players. It's
that
significant.
Sounds correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't supposed to be a cut, I think, until you get to 16. At least that was the number Johnny was all about last time. Last time we ran. So,
and I think it was fine without a top cut. It does make it feel more dramatic, I guess. But my final game felt like for all the marbles, even though I had already locked in first place.
Well, it's funny too because mine was like we had figured out that I thought incorrectly that if I won that game, I was a lock for the mat.
Yep.
But Weasel ended up tying me, and then I ended up having to play him again. So I had like 2.
Weasel. Sorry, go ahead.
I had like 2 in a row that was like my goal is right there, and I just need to win this, and then like it happened again. It was fun.
I gotta say, like that's Weasel's the comeback kid from
I know, right?
Like the last tournament coming in last place, and we just talked on the podcast, and then this time coming in and finishing third.
Yep.
And being the only person who beat me all day, it was like, wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So
I like it.
Cool times.
Any other big flashy moments that happened? Fun stuff?
I mean, every ASA game is the same. You finality into the game point, and then you kind of scrounge around hoping to get the rest of it.
Yeah.
The PD deck, I actually really enjoyed how it ended up playing because you just have one hard-ish to get into server, and you actually do have a kind of alternate way out in Biotic and your 3/2s.
How many Biotics are in that deck?
3.
Good.
Or is it 2?
It might need to be 3.
It might. I don't know. The recursion makes it relatively it makes it tricky to figure out exactly how much you need because you can just you just keep telling yourself, I'll just get it back from the bin. I'll Project Vitruvius it or whatever.
Our matchup, by the way, was really rough for you because as Lou running
the imps,
and trashing your biotics.
Yeah, was it biotics?
I
Did you get a
trashed
seamless
two-
once, I think?
I think maybe, but I
Yeah.
think I trashed 2 biotics with
Yeah.
that, and I was kind of like, this is how I lose if I don't trash this card. So
Yep.
hunting that thing was fun for me, but also, really rough for you.
And I definitely made a mistake in our game because there was one point where I scored in Elvigar, and I had a biotic in hand.
Elvigar gives you 3 extra clicks.
No, Elvigar's the 2-1.
Bifurcation's 2-1.
Yeah, the 2-1.
Yep.
But I got a Regolith back from the bin and left a biotic in there. I was like, oh, the clear choice is biotic, but I've already got one. What are the odds he hits that out of my 6-card hand?
And then I
then
trashed
you,
it.
you got it, and I had no more biotics, and I was sad.
And I was sad. Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
All right, so I guess this is the last startup tournament we're doing for a bit. We have East Coast Nationals next month at the end of next month, and we'll see. I'm sorry, my wife just texted me. I sent her a picture of the standings and said, "I won." She said, "Nice. I knew you could do it." she doesn't.
It's good. It's good that she's got confidence in you. You know, faith.
Yeah, and East Coast Nats at the end of the month, and then I don't know that we have anything planned for August. And actually, my month is really, really booked up in August. So we'll see.
It's going to be difficult because there is also the Montreal. I know a lot of people are going to Montreal,
And that's happening at the end of August.
End of August,
last
yep.
weekend, and I can't make that because of a obligation thing. And
and
that makes me sad because I would really love to go to that, and everyone else is going to kind of be spending their time on that.
Yeah,
probably.
I am going to. I actually remembered there was another commitment. It's not that I just didn't want to get my passport and was too lazy, although that was a significant part of it. I'm going to the Disc Golf World Championships in Vermont that weekend.
Sweet.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
that'll be cool.
We can't talk about disc golf on the channel though. This is
We can. We can. Listen, me and Johnny will outvote you.
You guys can start a
You guys
fifth
want to learn about
podcast.
Heiser?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Heiser?
No.
Stability?
All those numbers are made up.
No, they mean things. You're just not throwing hard enough to make them mean things.
Yeah. I want to see scientific. I want to see like a machine. I'm sure it's provable.
They do it.
Yeah.
I I know at least at Innova they have like a wind tunnel that analyzes the air. Anyway, we're talking too much about disc golf for a Netrunner podcast.
My eyes are hurting.
We need to stop
for all the rolling.
move and move on to talking about our true focus, Star Wars.
Yes. Okay, so I guess that's it for this episode, and I am going to do us all the favor of not, mostly me and Nick and Johnny, doing us the favor of not having to edit a little wrap around this. I'm just going to publish this as is, as a little special episode, so we don't have any of our sections and stuff, but we'll be back soon with another episode, and see y'all soon. Oh, I guess last minute plug, we have a Patreon. If you enjoy this content, go check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/neonstatic. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fade out move. It's coming. It's very quiet.
Supposed to start that sooner, huh?
Ugh.